Autumn is officially here, and this has to be one of my favorite times of the year. A couple of weeks ago, Steve and I loaded the camper on the truck and headed north, just north of Nakusp, British Columbia, to be exact, to do a couple of hikes and some camping for our somewhat annual fall camping trip. Hey, Lenny. The first hike we did was called Meadows, and the second, much longer one was called Jumbo Pass. I had never been up this way before and was just blown away by the scenery. It literally felt like we had landed in Switzerland. We camped in the parking lots at the trailheads, had amazing weather, and of course the puppies had a really great time too. This time of year also makes you realize how many things or projects you never got done around the properties in the last few months. So as lovely and peaceful as it can be, it also feels really busy and somewhat brings on a sense of panic to get these things done before winter. In our case, we will be leaving the country in a few weeks, so that sense of urgency feels stronger.
You know, this problem could be solved. All we had to do is stamped concrete.
No, this is going to be the way I'm going to do it. I don't trust all these tradesmen. They do a half-assed job.
No, they
I
wouldn't.
have to do it anyway.
These stairs keep falling apart.
Well, no, you have to have the right cement.
This man is determined to make them work.
You have to have the right cement. You got the right cement, it's going to work. So I hope when you get your third husband, you appreciate the work I do here. You're going to say, that first husband of yours, boy, what a guy. Now I don't have to do a darn thing.
No,
because he did it all.
We'll be redoing them. Well, I'll just do the stamped concrete.
Really? Okay.
Give me a good hammer face.
Get it, you son of a bitch.
Good old hammer face. Does it make you uncomfortable?
No. I just have a sore knee. Squirrel.
How close do you want it?
Right there. Good. Okay. Wait a minute. Fight against gravity.
I wanted to give a little bit of an update on Lenny. Lenny has been having a few more health issues lately. I mean, the poor guy literally, I think, just has one of everything. About a month and a half ago, I noticed something wrong with his little bum area, like a pocket of Fluid had randomly just showed up, like a big pocket. Initially, we all thought it was a herniated bowel, and although the exam determined it was a hernia with fluid in it, the bowel wasn't involved. Our vet did, however, palpate a large mass in his pelvic region, so we were referred to Washington State University, the vet teaching hospital, where I took Lenny last week to get a CT scan and really find out what this mass was. And it turned out to be a large prostatic cyst, which is really great news considering it's a benign mass. His prostate is causing him basically a lot of trouble. It's so enlarged, he has more cysts in there, so he will need a surgery to remove the cysts, and we will have to get him neutered at the same time. Incidentally, they found a bullet in Lenny on the CT scan, kind of lodged in his abdomen, in and around his left hip area. So at some point in his previous awful life, Lenny was shot. It just breaks our heart. He just has had such a bad life, and it's our goal, we've made it our goal to just spoil him as much as we possibly can. For my cliff cabin, gable end windows. I had thought about making a cardboard template like many people had suggested I do, and that would help me when I was reframing them to make sure that they would fit. But I basically ended up talking myself out of it. I didn't think that they would really hold up and be strong enough to kind of give me an accurate visual aspect. It was one more thing to have to carry down there, and I just honestly was like, you know what? If my vertical and horizontal measurements are good, then the hypotenuse of the triangle should be right too, and everything would turn out. Famous last words. Recently, I had one evening where I could make a template, and I had the cardboard on hand, so I put together a bit of a template, but decided to use a little bit of thin wood, just a little slab from the sawmill to help give it some structure. And I just have a sneaking suspicion, in fact, I know that the install of those windows is going to be a little bit delayed. I will talk about why that is in a near future video.
I got him.
Gootney, up you get. Come on, Gootney, up you get. Attaboy. Okay. There we go.
Okay, everybody in the back.
Everybody in the back. In you get. Norton. Everyone, Norton.
Okay, let's go.
Norton, don't chew. Norton. I do it me.
Would you believe me if I told you that we had 3 dogs adopted about 3.5 years ago? It's true. Just before COVID hit, Steve was doing some humanitarian volunteer work in the Gaza Strip and basically adopted 3 dogs while he was there, 2 of which are disabled. We've never been able to get them here, not only because of COVID, but also just the legalities and the political issues that exist in that part of the world. Each time a dog passes from our family, we like to adopt another dog in their honor, and we haven't done that yet for Hannah. Although I don't know if we will ever be able to get the Gaza dogs over here. I think we'd like to, but in the meantime, I've kind of begun my search again for the next dog to bring into the pack. It has been nearly 1 year now since we said goodbye to our baby girl Hannah, whom we miss dearly. A few weeks before Hannah passed away, We were on a walk and she came prancing out of the forest with a bear skull in her mouth, right proud of herself. Initially, we left it behind in the forest, but something just kind of dawned on me and I ended up going back to retrieve it. Something felt symbolic about it. Here Hannah was nearing her own death, and she brought life to the death of another animal in a roundabout way. I cleaned and soaked that skull last year, dried it in the sun for a couple of weeks. Finally, at the end of those couple of weeks, Clyde ended up chewing on it and breaking it a little bit. And it wasn't until recently that I thought I would finally get working on repairing that skull. Most of the motivation for this stemmed from my recent woodshed build, where many people had suggested to use deer antlers or a skull of some sort as the feature aspect of my split fascia board. So all of the pieces of the puzzle just seemed to fit together here.
Hello. Hello. I hope you had a very nice life. I had a wonderful life, full of many bear adventures. I think I died of old age.
I was actually going to trace this out and then cut it and sit it in, just so that it's covered from the snow and the rain. But how many years was it sitting out anyway? Then it would just be recessed a little bit. But I don't know. I mean, I could just try it.